Bhagavad Gita chapter 17. Arjun said, O Krishna, where do they stand who disregard the injunctions of the scriptures, but still worship with faith? Is there faith in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance? The Supreme Divine Personality said, Every human being is born with innate faith, which can be of three kinds, Sattvic, Rajasic, or Tamasic. Now hear about this from me. The faith of all humans conform to the nature of their mind. All people possess faith, and whatever the nature of their faith, that is verily what they are. Those in the mode of goodness worship the celestial gods. Those in the mode of passion worship the yakshas and rakshasas. Those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. Some people perform stern austerities that are not enjoined by the scriptures, but rather motivated by hypocrisy and egotism. Impelled by desire and attachment, they torment not only the elements of their body, but also I who dwell within them as the Supreme Soul. Know these senseless people to be of demonical resolve. The food that people prefer in according to their dispositions, the same is true for the sacrifice, austerity and charity they are inclined or predisposed toward. Now hear of the distinctions from me. Persons in the mode of goodness prefer foods that promote lifespan and increase virtue, strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, succulent, nourishing, and naturally tasteful. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, very hot, pungent, dry, and full of chilies are dear to persons in the mode of passion. Such foods produce pain, grief, and disease. Foods that are overcooked, stale, putrid, polluted, and impure are dearer to persons in the mode of ignorance. Sacrifice that is performed according to scriptural injunctions without expectation of rewards, with the firm conviction of the mind that it is a matter of duty, is of nature of goodness. Know that sacrifice performed for material benefit or with a hypocritical aim is in the mode of passion. Sacrifice devoid of faith and contrary to the injunctions of the scriptures, in which no food is offered, no mantras chanted, and no donation made, is to be considered in the mode of ignorance. When worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmans, the spiritual master, the wise, and the elders is done with the observance of cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence, then this worship is declared as the austerity of the body. Words that do not cause distress are truthful, inoffensive, and beneficial, as well as regular recitation of the Vedic scriptures. These are declared as austerity of speech, serenity of thought, gentleness, silence, self-control, and purity of purpose. All these are declared as austerity of the mind. When devout persons with ardent faith practice these threefold austerities without yearning for material rewards, they are designated as austerities in the mode of goodness. Austerity that is performed with ostentation for the sake of gaining honor, respect, and adoration is in the mode of passion. Its benefits are unstable and transitory. Austerity that is performed by those with confused notions and which involves torturing the self or harming others is described to be in the mode of ignorance. Charity given to a worthy person simply because it is right to give, without consideration of anything in return, at the proper time and in the proper place, is stated to be in the mode of goodness. But charity given with reluctance, with the hope of a return, or in expectation of a reward, is said to be in the mode of passion. And that charity which is given at the wrong place and wrong time to unworthy persons, without showing respect or with contempt, is held to be in the nature of nescience. The words Om Tat Sat have been declared as symbolic representations of the Supreme Absolute Truth from the beginning of creation. From them came the priests, scriptures, and sacrifice. Therefore, when performing acts of sacrifice, offering charity, or undertaking penance, expounders of the Vedas always begin by uttering Om according to the prescriptions of the Vedic injunctions. Persons who do not desire fruitive rewards but seek to be free from material entanglements utter the word Tat along with acts of austerity, sacrifice, and charity. The word Sat means eternal existence and goodness. It is also used to describe an auspicious action being established in the performance of sacrifice, penance, and charity is also described by the word Sat. And so any act for such purpose is named Sat. Whatever acts of sacrifice, charity, or penance are done without faith are termed as Asat. They are useless both in this world and the next. Chapter 17 ends here.